In this video, we'll learn how to overcome an overeating disorder. This is a hotly debated topic by many health professionals. Some claim that overeating is a real addiction, and others claim there's no factual basis for calling overeating or binge eating an addiction. It's obvious that overeating causes many health issues, but many suggest that this is a symptom of some much more serious illness. They believe that getting to the root of the illness is the only real treatment. Sadly, many people don't consider binge eating a problem until they're obese or severely ill. They considered that the food addiction is only a problem when it's causing harmful to someone else. Most government departments are now trying to educate the people. Many schools are beginning to introduce programs to educate students about the benefits of exercising regularly and practicing a healthy, wholesome diet. In order to overcome binge eating, you must first make a conscious decision that you want to change. After that, you need to put in place a strategy that will help you accomplish your goals of not overeating and presumably losing weight, or at least gaining your optimum weight and overall health. The following are some useful strategies to control what you eat. Think of your body as a complete and working system, a living machine. It needs to be looked after and stay balanced. The food you eat today can and will affect you physically and mentally tomorrow or any day in the future. What you ate last night affects what you and your body feel this morning, as your breakfast will affect your performance throughout the entire day. Try to consume less processed food and, if possible, consume more organic, fresh products. If your diet consists of mainly unprocessed food, you'll have a hard time overeating, as these foods are more substantial and filling. They also take much longer time to digest, so you won't easily feel hungry. Base your diet around whole, preferably fresh or minimally cooked foods that you enjoy eating. Remember that even though some whole, fresh organic foods are much more expensive than standard processed foods, they contain a lot more nutrients. So in reality, choosing fresh organic foods are far more cost-effective, as you're getting more quality over quantity. Eat enough high-quality protein, as when you eat protein, it is more satisfying and you tend to eat fewer calories overall than if you mainly eat carbohydrates. Try and eat about 35 grams of protein each meal. Fresh vegetables or frozen organic vegetables, especially those with natural bright colors, are known to be superfoods. Try to include as many vegetables into your diet as possible. They are low in calories and high in essential nutrients, perfect to curb craving and keep you full and healthy at all times. Try to get your carbohydrates from starchy vegetables such as tubers like potatoes, sweet potato, cassava, yam and carrots, parsnips, turnips, and beets. Beans and legumes are a good source, as is fruit, because you get a good amount of fiber and roughage, as well as many essential nutrients combined with them. These foods take a longer time to digest and stay in your system longer. Therefore, your internal satiety sensors will tell your brain that you're not hungry, so there's no need for snacks or binge eating. The human body burns carbohydrates, alcohol, protein, and fat for fuel, but carbohydrates are not essential for survival. In fact, you can live without any. The main advantage of carbohydrates is they provide relatively quick energy. The main fuel for the body is glucose, a form of sugar, and this is essential for brain function and powering your body. Our bodies turn carbohydrates, protein, fat, and alcohol into glucose, always starting with the one that is easiest to convert to energy, which is usually carbohydrates. If there's no carbohydrate, it first uses alcohol and fat for energy, then protein. Fat is arguably the best fuel to use to give energy to your body, as long as you choose only good quality fats. Do not use any refined vegetable oils at all, including margarines or vegetable shortening or lard. They are not healthy. Use only refined coconut, palm, and olive oils and butter, or lard from free-range organic livestock. Or get your fat and oil from fresh avocado, olives, nuts, ocean-caught fish, or by eating pasture-raised organic free-range livestock. Taking your time eating and chewing your food is very important. It gives your system time to adjust to the arrival of the new food and for your brain to monitor its effect. Taking the little extra time it takes to make your meals exciting and appetizing, and then savoring each bite, sensing the flavor, texture, and aroma, and enjoying each mouthful is a very healthy and sensible approach to eating. Many people shove in as much as possible, as fast as possible into their mouths. Much of it gets swallowed without being properly chewed, and the result is that any nutrients it contains are able to pass through the system without being absorbed. This is mainly due to the fact that many processed foods are already in a state where when you put them in your mouth, they feel like they're already chewed. This is nothing you can really sink your teeth into, like a good piece of steak and a healthy salad. An excellent approach to stopping yourself from overeating is to use smaller plates with smaller portions and eat your meal slowly. Making a dinner or a meal up of many different small dishes or courses and using the meal as the main entertainment with pleasant table talk and enjoying the company of others was the accepted way of dining in many places several hundred years ago, often with the extended family included. With today's habits of eating in front of the TV or drive-through fast food restaurants, it's becoming very hard to sit down and enjoy a meal. A good strategy is to make it inconvenient to get a hold of fast or processed foods. Don't keep them in your refrigerator or pantry. If you really want them, then make it so you have to go out to get them. Take a special trip just to buy junk foods. Then maybe you will not bother so often and settle for a healthy alternative. One of the biggest mistakes many people make is to stop eating all the things they enjoy at once or going cold turkey. That's okay if you can, but it should be recognized that it's also okay to allow yourself on occasion to have the food you really like, but know are bad for you. Just treat them in the same way as your other food. Eat them mindfully or slowly and enjoy the taste and sensation you've been craving. Enjoy savoring them to the last bit without any guilt. Just accept that sometimes you deserve a treat. After that, you can try harder and achieve new milestones. If you wish to put an end to overeating and binge eating, you should first leverage your effort by determining what is your outcome. How much do you wish to weigh? What's the purpose of doing so? It can be for your health, fitness, and vitality, or it can be for your family and loved ones. And finally, figuring out how you're going to achieve it. One surefire way to rewire your brain is to think about how you feel towards eating. Ask yourself, do you think of food all the time? Is it something that consumes you, or are you content until something alerts you to a food or snack? How do you feel before you eat? What do you feel while you are eating? How do you feel after eating? Are you always hungry no matter how much you eat? Do you eat because you feel hungry, or do you eat because you think you should, or just because it's habit, lunch or dinner time? Do you crave a certain food, say candy or chocolates? How about thinking about a fresh, ripe mango, strawberry, or apricot instead? Do you think this would be a good alternative? Think about making your own healthy chocolate using cacao, organic butter, and raw honey or maple syrup. Would this appeal to you? How often do you feel hungry after each meal? Are you a fast eater or a slow eater? Are you angry about your eating habits? Do you get impatient or bad-tempered if you have to wait for food? The whole idea is to get you thinking about why you are hungry. Why is it necessary for you to eat right now? With today's busy lifestyles, many people tend to forget about the pleasure they can get from mindful eating. In some countries like France and Italy, mindful eating is considered the norm, the cornerstone of these cultures. It's interesting that although France holds the record for the highest dairy fat consumption of any Western country, the people don't find it necessary to diet to the same degree as most other countries, as there are a lot fewer illnesses associated with the diet. America has over twice the amount of people that have weight problems as Italy and France. A new approach to overcome binge eating and overeating is to avoid having huge meals and consume lots of small, high-quality meals so you never feel hungry. If you select the right foods to snack on, you'll be able to eat less easily. Also, you won't have to experience the usual cycle of feeling full of energy and then being tired later on, as you'll have a steady stream of energy throughout the day.